Liverpool Pride 2019. It feels like only yesterday residents of Liverpool flocked to the streets in a demonstration of solidarity. Friends and family were urged to unite with an explosion of colour, celebrations and acceptance for the LGBTQIA community. Today, the streets tell a different story, and as lockdown continues to take hold across the country, there are concerns the community has been left increasingly isolated. I spoke to a couple of people about their experiences being LGBTQA under the lockdown.
I could go out, get my hair cut, not open, so I tried doing it myself, but it turned out a bit long.
Tell me a little bit about what you've got to do to get your medication.
I had to ring them up, see if it's ready, I had to wait.
Did they always have your medication?
Don't always have it now.
The closure of public services has meant face-to-face support networks and safe spaces have had to move online. However, the main concern is not for people who are reaching out, but for who is not. Day-to-day life under lockdown lacks privacy, and not everyone is in a safe enough position to call a hotline or phone a friend.
I'm really worried that my parents will bury me as the wrong gender when I die, and it's made it even worse knowing that the coronavirus is out and that there's a pandemic out. If they decide to bury me, that I'll be buried as a man. I don't want that. I've never wanted that.
Lockdown is hard for all of us, but for LGBTQIA students who have had to move home during the crisis, many are having to seek novel means of support.
It's safe to say that lockdown's changed pretty much everything for everyone. Prior to lockdown, I was open about my identity, both at home and at university. But since lockdown has happened, life has inevitably changed. At university, I was very open about my identity, and I had friends in the community I felt comfortable with and could chat to. Even though my family is super accepting, and I'm so lucky for that, it's still been hard to move away from these places and support networks I felt really safe and open in.
Yet in spite of all this, members of the LGBTQIA community are banding together and supporting each other in times of need.
We'll find ways to sort of open up spaces online that are definitely safe and have professionals within them to help. One of the things I've been doing is trying to find spaces online. I think that in some ways, lockdown has affected my ability to network and talk to other LGBT plus folk. Reaching out in other ways is necessary to continue that for me. So we have an LGBT plus group chat, which is really nice, from university. And then also, as silly as it sounds, apps like TikTok are really helpful for me. It's really comforting to sort of see relatable and affirming content, and so important during a time that everyone feels so uncertain and uncomfortable. And I'd just like to say, if anyone else is struggling that's listening, this lockdown will pass, and however you're feeling is completely valid. I feel so lucky that I'm at home during lockdown in a safe space where I feel acknowledged, affirmed and accepted. A lot of people aren't in that situation, but I guess looking for resources and places online that are safe, such as the Proud Trust, who have great resources, is a really important thing for the community in this time.
The determination to remain inclusive and support members of the community in dire need is a response which will no doubt invoke pride in the future. The LGBTQIA community may have already faced hardships in the past, but it is clear that they are mobilising to face this new challenge together.